Hi, and welcome to the first of our Card and Cuppa sessions in April 2025. My name's Fiona Whitten, and can I tell you about me? I'm a former Stampin' Up demonstrator. I'm not anymore, but I've now expanded and I am playing with lots of other products, so which is really nice. And today was Card and Cuppa, as I said, first one in April. And we were over at Home Grange, and I actually popped up on Facebook a photo from no, that's it, that's better. Sorry, I was just checking that this was working, and lo and behold, I hadn't turned the sound off, but there you go. All right, anyway, yes, so we're over at Home Grange, and we were at what was known as the Grange Chocolate Cafe, and now it's called Viv's. Apparently it had a rebranding yesterday, so we are all in future going to be meeting up at Viv's. Anyway, so today I took with me some kits that I had prepared using some products that I got back in February when I was in the States. I signed up for, it was a whole weekend of classes actually, with a company called Pinkfresh Studio. And there were 6 classes in total over 2 days. So there was 3 on each of the days. And what I'm using today is some of the product that was for one of the classes. So this is the kit that everybody got today. It's the usual envelope base card. So this is Berry Burst, so it's a Stampin' Up colour, some white, a die cut, a large white die cut label frame, and then this has been what I would normally have called die emboss, but actually Pinkfresh call them, what do they call them? I have to remember now because it's something I'm not really. Copperplate die. So it's a metal die, so it's got perforations on this side and it's plain on the other side, and then you just simply run it through your machine as you would an embossing folder. So you just simply place card on there, run it through, and then there you go, that you have a piece that's now got a it's got holes in it. You can just about make out, this is the back side of it. So they don't quite go all the way through. And then you can decorate that if you want to. We didn't today. That was I think that was a Stampin' Up die. And then there's this rather gorgeous die cuts. And in fact, there are 8 in total. So there are 2 really large pieces, and then another. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So they were those 8 pieces. That started off as washi tape, and this is one of the reasons that I was attracted to the class, because I saw this washi tape. I thought, oh, it's really gorgeous, and it looks like this, and the pattern repeats itself. So that's the start, that's the end, and there is, wait for it, 11 yards of this. It's 4 inches wide and 11 yards long. And all I did was I took half a sheet of A4. And you could use cardstock or you could use vellum. It's really up to you. This, I have to say that this washi tape was actually an exclusive just for the class. But Pinkfresh do other washi tapes. And you simply adhere that to your cardstock. I'm not going to push it down too hard at the moment because I need to make sure that I have it flat. So that's 1 whole length. I'm going to lift it up slightly because I need to make sure that it is down flat. Simply like that. make sure it's nice and flat. And you can fussy cut that if you want to, but there are in fact dies. And there are 2 dies that cut this out. Now you can get Pinkfresh items in the UK. There are a couple of stores online that you can purchase things through, and then Pinkfresh will also ship internationally. So there was one die that cut out this end of the washi tape, and then the other die cuts out the other end. And then these 2 dies also work on the stamp set, and I'll show you that in a minute. So there I was making, I think I made 16 kits. So 16 bits of washi stuck on cardstock, die cut out, put in everybody's envelopes. And then they all had fun this morning just doing their own thing. So this is what I came up with. This embossing folder is not the one that I used for the kits. I used that metal plate, as I showed you a minute ago. But this is a very simple card. So I used part of the stamp to stamp all around. So this is a tone on tone effect. So I used Berry Burst ink on Berry Burst cardstock. And then I simply stamped the sentiment. The sentiment was a Stampin' Up one. The Pinkfresh stamp set does have stamps, but they're quite large, and I decided that I wasn't going to use them. I'm just trying to think. It's what they say. If I take this out, then I can see. So this is the stamp set. So there are 2 stamps. There is this portion that does 1/2 of the washi tape, and then this portion, and then 2 really large sentiments, so sending love and thinking of you. But I wanted a smaller sentiment to put on in the centre of that, so I just grabbed a stamp set from my stash, and we just used the happy birthday there. So this is from the Unbounded Love. So I suggested to everybody that that before they started putting all these bits on, that they stamp their sentiment, be whatever it is, and work out where they wanted to place that on the frame, and then go about putting on the various pieces of the washi tape, because then it's far easier to make sure that you can see the sentiment, because if you put everything on and then you find that you just got your sentiment sitting on top, and that might not be what you want. So everybody ended up with different cards, which is really nice to see. And I did actually post a photo on Facebook this morning of everybody holding up their cards. My card I did finish off with another piece from the washi, and the nice thing, because it's washi tape and it's just simply sitting on card, if there is an item or a part that is just a little bit too big, you can just simply use your scissors and cut it up. So if I had wanted to use this is actually quite large, so I don't know that I would necessarily want to use that. These are the 2 I used originally, this piece and then this piece, and then I used some of the other smaller pieces to fill in here and here and underneath there. And I think I should have more, because I haven't got very many pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so I'm 2 pieces missing, which means I've probably just gone and put them somewhere. Who knows? There we go, 2 more. There we go. So I now got my 6 pieces. So this was, I took the whole of the stamp set, but this was the stamp that we used. I have no idea why, but I somehow managed to forget to take a block with me. So excuse me. So we ended up fashioning, using a stamp case, so which did the trick just about. So people got a little bit messy, but I ended up with a very, very red stamp, but that's okay. It's not the end of the world. So that's that. That's my ink. That's my thing for the sentiment. And this time I was going to do a different sentiment on here. I just need to make sure that it actually fits, because some of these will not fit. Let's see. I mean, I could, what's that one? Best of luck. I'm not sure. Is that best of luck? No, just for you. Okay. So I'm going to use that one, I think, because that will change the whole shape of this. So we'll start off with that. And another block. So I've got that on a block. Let's go find a block. There we go. One block. So just for you. So I'm going to ink that up and stamp that on there. Try and get it straight on there. That's okay. Then I'm going to stamp my card. Now I think this one is obviously a landscape. I think I'm going to do a portrait this time around. Excuse me. I don't actually need to ink up the whole of the stamp, so I'm just concentrating on these two here. So as I said, I'm going to make mine a landscape. And I only need to actually stamp around the edge. Now, if I get ink on that bit, it doesn't really matter, because in all honesty, so yes, there's a little bit of an image there, but by the time I've put this on, all you will see is the bits on the edges, which is fine. That's good. That's all I really want. So that's why I said I'm not actually bothering putting ink on the rest of the stamp. I'm just concentrating on trying to get images around the edge. And as I said, if it goes in the middle, then so be it. It's not going to be seen. Let's see, I'm going to go like that, I think. And then this time I'm going to have it go slightly different, I think. So try and sort of move it around so that you've got different bits. So that was that way. So I do want it to go that way because I want a different flower next to that. Like that. Now let's put I put this die cut shape over the top. And even if you do end up stamping on top of something else, you're not going to notice it. So I'm quite happy with that. So that's worked out well. That's going to be the piece that goes on there. Now I have an envelope and I also have a piece to go on the inside. So I'm going to stamp those. But I am, before I do that, going to clean that. I somehow seem to have lost my stamp cleaner, so I'm just going to use a baby wipe. Baby wipes are great, but two things you need to be aware of. First off, if you're using something like that, the ink will go through the baby wipe and you will end up with fingers that match the colour of your card. And the other thing is that using baby white, sometimes it leaves little threads on the stamp, so it's always wise to actually just rub your hand over it just to remove it. Now I'm gonna be really brave and do it this way, because I only want this image here, that one. So I'm going to be brave and just tap that bit onto the ink pad. So that is the only bit that has been inked up. And then I'm going to stamp that in the corner of my piece of white cardstock. That will go on the inside of the card, and then repeat it. This is the one good thing. If this is had been like a red rubber stamp, then I would have used washi tape, obviously not this one, or post-it notes to cover up the bits where I don't want the ink. And then there's that. So that's my inside on my card, and also my envelope done. Just for you. I think I might actually stamp the happy birthday on here. So it does end up being a birthday card. Just put that on there. Get my ink again, which I had just put away. Right, I'm stamping onto there, because that's the white insert. I'm just going to line it up with my grid paper, and I think I've got a little bit of ink there on that, which is not good. I do have a ink eraser, sand eraser, so I will use that on that in a second. So I'm just going to stamp happy birthday on there. Like so, and then hope that I can first of all check my hands hasn't got any wet ink on it, and then just quickly use this to take this. It's only a mark, so it will come off a lot easier than if it was a whole image or something like that. If it was a whole image, I would just say start again, just turn the paper over, or the cardstock over, and yeah, just restamp. So that's good to go for the inside. So that's going to go on here. It says it's going to go on the inside. This is going to go on here. Now it's up to you whether you put this on with dimensionals or glue it straight on. I think this time around, this one's got lots of dimensionals on, so there's dimensionals under there, there's dimensionals under there, and some of these have dimensionals on as well. But I'm not going to go too mad with those, seeing as the good old post office, Royal Mail, have put up postage again today. Bit of a bone of contention that, but hey. So that's going to go straight on there. Try and get it even, top, bottom, left and right. I think that's pretty much. Apologies, is there something flickering? There's certainly something annoying me, so I hope it's not bothering you. Just wondering whether my ring, the bulb or whatever it is in my ring light's about to go. I hope not. Okay, so there's my sentiment, which I think is going to go in the middle there. And then I just need to grab all of my flowery bits and decide what I want where. So I didn't use that last time. And as I said, you can very easily just simply cut bits off each of these. Let's see. And then you could just play away to your heart's content, and you can make it as fussy or as simple as you like. I actually quite like the idea of just doing something simple like this. I've got some more bits there. I've done with them all. There we go. Ah, maybe those will be better. I have that bit here and that bit. See, that could go underneath. You can just play till you've got all the layers that you want. Quite like that across the top. Or you can go completely mad and have it. That's quite sweet as well. Something like that. Whether put an extra bit, couple of extra bits on. So you've got the foliage showing underneath. Doesn't mean that you're not going to get those pieces, but hey. Or you can, as I said, get your pair of scissors out. Which is what I think I'm going to do, and just simply cut roughly around where you want bits to be. It needs to come off. Go underneath, so I've sort of spaced it out a bit more, but then what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill in this gap here with that flower and that gap with that flower, I think. Yes. Okay, so I've still got 4 pieces that I can use for another card. Like so. Okay, so I think I'm going to just simply, those ones, actually that one and that one, I think I might use dimensionals on, but those two are going to get simply glued on. I just have to remember which way I've got them. I think it was like that, at least it was now. And then this piece. Could go on there. So this bit's now going to go on with dimensionals or foam pads. You don't need hundreds of foam pads. I'm just going to use 4. go in the middle. That's kind of in the middle there, I think. And then that piece, as I said, is going to go, just need to decide which way round I want it. In there. And that piece is going to go, this is where I realise I've put my foam pads in. Right, too far on the outside. So I've got that. And I don't, yeah, there we go. That piece. It's going to get tucked under there, like so. Now I could, if I wanted to, go mad and put that bit on the top. This doesn't look straight, but hey. Let's try again. And then that could go, I don't know, I don't know. It needs maybe a bit of bling. I didn't use any bling this morning because I thought this, because it had such a lot, some large pieces, and with the gold foiling on the images, I thought it actually didn't actually need any additional bling. So I didn't actually use it. Let's see, what do I have? I think some gold. Some gold bits would be quite nice. I've got dragonflies and birds. Oh, I've got some brass butterflies as well. Actually, they will be quite sweet. So maybe I will use those. Maybe I'll use that. So, and 2 butterflies there. I'll do a third one down the bottom, I think. There we go. That sort of fills in some of that white space. Do not need to put any wheat castella on it. Now that has I've got to also do that piece here. Now I could just leave that as it is. I do also have a stencil that could be used with this. Somewhere. Or did it not have stencils? I'm sure it did. Buried it under. Here we go. The only thing with this is that it's a bit confusing as to what stencils what. Although when you get the stencils, there's pictures on the back of the thing. It shows you what you could do to colour them. But it's working out which is which, and I think I should have written this down as to which is which. Because as you can see, it's confusing. So I'm not going to do stencils today. I will work that out and I will share with you how to do those another time. But I could colour these with alcohol markers or my watercolour pencils, or just leave it plain white. I think I will leave it plain white simply because they're quite subtle. Yes, they're quite bright colours, but at the same time they're not really in your face. Whereas if I used the alcohol markers, I'm not sure, not convinced that it would be suitable for it. I would much rather do the stenciling. So I'll tell you what, I will put this in here like so. So at least I've got the card finished. And then what I will do is later on I'll have a play and I will colour the flower on the envelope with the stencil. So at least you can then see what it looks like once it's been stenciled. So that's that. So there's my card and my envelope that I have just made. And so that's the one from now, and then this was my sample that I had made, which too has an envelope. So that's those. So I hope you've enjoyed that. As I said, it's Pinkfresh. You can get it from a couple of online stores in the UK, or you can order direct from them and they will ship internationally. So it's worth going and have a look. These ones were exclusive to the class that I did, but they do have other washi tape, which again is like 4 inches wide and lots of it, with coordinating dies and all sorts of bits and pieces. So I'm not here to sell, I'm just here to tell you about it and what I've used for the class and stuff this morning. So hope you've enjoyed that. Next 2 weeks time will be the next Card and a Cuppa. Monday will be our craft and chat. So if you want to join in, we meet on Zoom at 4. Well, I started at 4:20 on a Monday afternoon. We start crafting at 4:30 for no more than an hour. So you'll find all the details of that on the creatingwithfiona.com website. And if you look under craft and chat, the link there for the Zoom together with the list for the supplies that you need. And it's basically you just use whatever you want to do from your own stash. And this month we're doing tic-tac-toe, which is good fun. So that's it for today. Have a good weekend, and hope to see some of you on Monday. Take care. Bye.